What worksheets? The show sheet that we sent over.
Yeah, man. So you started talking about Grant, and I'm like, I know he's not requesting that amount of money. I mean, I know he is, but come on. Man, we gotta have we need to sit Grant Williams down and have a gentleman conversation.
This is an intervention.
Right. Which is funny because like years ago, remember I kept saying, listen, we got to make sure Grant's a part of this team. It was because of his role and he played it well. And he's still doing that. That's what he's doing well. He's doing his role, but he wants to get paid. I'm not knocking him for getting paid. It's just probably not going to be with the Celtics.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, I remember going backwards and forwards with you on Grant, and now I'm all the way on the other side where I'm defending Grant against people.
I hear you, bro.
So it's like, yo, but like, so full disclosure, we're talking about like Grant's sophomore season when he just had the worst season of his career. He was being played out of position.
I saw it. I had the DC vision.
We're calling him Ben Simmons.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were calling him short Ben Simmons. It was a hard time. It was a hard time. Right. So we fast forward to now, as everybody knows, Grant Williams is he's a restricted free agent at the end of the season, correcting myself there. The Celtics can match whatever offer sheet comes in, but according to a report from Marc Stein yesterday, and in my opinion, not many people come more credible than Marc Stein, right? Okay. Like him, his podcast with Chris Haynes, like this dude's plugged in. So the report reads the Celtics, to no one's surprise, did not trade Grant Williams. We're going to fast forward through that bit. Yet rumbles persist that various teams are monitoring the situation and are curious about Williams' future. Williams is poised to become a restricted free agent and is said to be seeking a contract in the Keldon Johnson San Antonio $20 million a year range. No. So $20 million a year is like, right. Okay, so look at it like this, yeah. When Grant didn't sign an extension with the Celtics, the reporting came out from Michael Scotto, I think that's how you say his name, that the Celtics wanted to offer him 12.5. Grant wanted around about 14. Mm-hmm. Since then, I've heard reports, right, it was 14, now it's 16. Then it went from 16 to 18. Now we're at 20. By the end of the season, we're going to be talking about like Grant wants to max.
24 million.
Like, what are we talking about here? How can you keep adding 2 million on every report, dude? Like, what is it you're trying to buy? I think 20 million is far too high. I set a bar for myself personally. Like, if I was in the front office with how he's played this year, how his shots been sustainable from last season, one of the main things that I said during the offseason was, yo, if I'm going to pay Grant, ideally I'd like to see that shooting kind of improvement from last year stick around this season, because the last thing you want to do is pay him and then he turns into Duncan Robinson, right? So you wait until the end of this season. Now you've seen that 3-point shot's legit because you've got a 2-year sample size. I'm going to go as high as 18, and I feel like that's pushing it. Like, I'm overpaying at 18, but I'm keeping the core together. His versatility defensively made sense. 20 now. So if someone wants to offer him 20, cool. But the Celtics should not match that.
Yeah, I agree.
Tim's out here talking on mute.
I don't know. I hit mute, and then I thought I hit unmute, and then I hit mute again, apparently. 20 million's a lot. 20 million's a lot for anybody. My counterpoint to that is, you can't sign anyone else with that money. And that's the problem that the Celtics are in, right? Like, you don't have any, it's not like you're operating with cap space and you're just signing them into cap space. This is a restricted free agent that you're able to retain for whatever cap hit it comes in at. Do I think he should be paid $20 million? Absolutely not. It's just, if a team comes out and operates like that and they give him that offer, where do you go from there? Does it turn into a sign and trade situation? Do you try and turn it into a trade exception, or do you try and get something of value in return on a sign and trade? It's just really, really tricky. And I do think it's funny that the number keeps growing, even though I don't think that Grant's play has been, one, consistent, or two, like, been improving gradually to like make it worthy of that raise, man. Like, that's crazy amount of money to be asking. And I just don't think he's there. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, and you use the word consistent. I feel like you get one game with Grant, you like, yo, if he does this every game, and I'm not talking about hitting 10 3-pointers. I'm just talking about his consistent play. You know what I'm saying? Taking the right shots, not being afraid, playing the crazy defense, being energy, doing all the stuff he has to do. If he continues to do that consistently, then maybe you could talk about that inflating number a little bit. But when you go from that type of a game to a game when he becomes like insignificant, he's scared to shoot the ball, he's passing the ball late, and I'm not trying to talk about his deficiencies. It's just like you're getting two versions of Grant every night. It's a different version. You don't know which one you're going to get. So the consistency is the key. And when I'm looking at his stats and I'm looking at his numbers, and I'm like, well, I mean, he's improved all across the board, but it's not drastic. It's not like a crazy improvement. And that's because he's probably not getting a lot of the minutes. And that's another thing. You're going to pay this dude $20 million a year or 20 plus million a year or whatnot. And he's giving you what, 24, 25 minutes a game. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it with Grant. I love Grant. I think Grant needs to be a Celtic. He needs to figure out a way. That's why I said we need to sit down and have a conversation. Listen, you want to be with this team. Look at the youth on this team and look where this team is going to be. Don't think about this. Think about dynasty. That's what he should be thinking, and then his money will come. It'll come. But I don't know. His agents want him to get paid because his agents want to get paid. I get it. It's business.